Billy Derrick. And now, here's your host, George Plaster.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome in. It is, let's see. How would we say it? It's a very cold Thursday in Nashville, Tennessee. It is really cold. And this is a most unusual setting for our show. I can honestly say that I have never done a show before at an individual's Christmas party. But the individuals involved in this are two of the nicest people that I have ever dealt with, Chris and Trish Casasanta. They helped, for me personally, to volunteer at the Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night a couple of nights ago. They've been doing this from year one. Chris Casasanta, for those of you who don't know, was the 2022 recipient of the Rick Region Volunteer of the Year Award given by the Middle Tennessee chapter of the National Football Foundation. So we got a lot of things to cover today. Let me say this up front. We will be at Sports and Social tonight beginning at 5:30. And at 7 o'clock this evening, I'm going to give away 2 pairs of Tennessee-Illinois basketball tickets. These top 20 teams will play Saturday night at Bridgestone, and at around 7 o'clock at Sports and Social in Green Hills, I'm going to give away 2 pairs of tickets. Parker Kelly is alongside. Parker, in 35 years, I don't think I've ever done a show quite like this one.
Yeah, and in 2 years for me, I've never done a show at Maggiano's before. But I'd happily be willing to come back and do another show here.
Their food's pretty doggone good.
Yeah, I told you. My goal is just not to fall asleep on the air. I ate a lot.
I'm not going to fall asleep. I'm a happy camper because my school has won a state title as of about an hour, 15 minutes ago. Kelly Holcomb and my buddy Chip Walters were on the call for television, and Kelly Holcomb joins us from Chattanooga. Kelly, it was basically bombs away by BGA.
It was bombs away, George. It was that young man y'all got at quarterback. You know, Coach Bentley talked about him a bunch when I talked to him, and he said he was really good. And, you know, just watching him, he's a cool, calm, and collected kid. You talked about him. That's what bothers me about today's football. He only got one offer. He's going to Columbia, but the kid just completes passes, and that's what a quarterback's supposed to do. You don't have to have the biggest rocket arm in the world, and everybody gets on ESPN, they talk about, well, he can throw it through a wall, and he can do all. It's about completing passes, and that young man, as a high school kid, doesn't miss balls, and when you got a guy that's wide open, he don't miss it. And he accounted for 7 touchdowns today, George, 4 touchdowns through the air and 3 touchdowns on the ground. So he ended up the season with 72 combined touchdowns, which is unheard of. And he didn't play in most of the games in the fourth quarter. It's crazy. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
So BGA won the game 61-27. Kelly, how big a factor was revenge in that FRA had won the regular season matchup? I got the feeling the revenge was huge.
I think it was. I think I don't know if you want to get into revenge. You know, we've all heard Nick Saban talk about it. I think when you start going into the game wanting revenge, I think you get a little bit too emotional. I think they got into the first game, from what I hear, is, you know, they got FRA down 14-0. Then there was a lot of things that happened with FRA that kind of bounced their way. And I think today BGA just came out, and I think, you know, talking to Coach Bentley before the game, he was very confident. You could tell he was confident. He probably knew he was going to win the game. He knew his team was better than FRA this year. And I just think that they came out and they executed. That's what I said on the broadcast. Like, at the end of the year, when you're in a championship game or when you're approaching the end of the year as a coach, you want to have your team functioning on all cylinders. And they were just they were really good today. They didn't make mistakes. They only had a couple of times where they had to punt. He had a stat at the end of the game. Coach Bentley talked to Jill Jelnick, and they only punted 7 times this whole year, George. That's unheard of. 7 times the whole year. So they were really fundamentally sound. They were really good. They didn't make mistakes. They were ahead of the chains. It was kind of easy for the Marable kid, and they showed that they were the better team today. Now, I will say this: FRA has only got 7 seniors on their team. They got a bunch of young kids, so they will be back. They're going to be formidable for a couple of years, but today just was not their day.
Kelly, real quickly, you're going to see Jared Curtis here in a few minutes. What's the scuttlebutt down there about the changing of commitments to Vandy?
Well, you know what, Chip? I am not, or not Chip, but George, you know what? I'm not even at the stadium, man. We came back, Chip and myself, and the guy that we got, Wayne, the guy that we got as our spotter. We didn't even stay because it was, we got till 7:00, so we went and got us something to eat, and I didn't even talk about anybody about that. I watched Jared Curtis. I watched him last year, obviously during the game, but didn't even talk about it. Didn't even think about it. I watched him warm up a little bit, but other than that, we left and we're headed back over there. So I'll get some more information probably when we go back over there this evening, because we're going to leave and get over there about 5:30 to get ready for the 7:00 game. But I didn't talk to anybody about that.
Well, I'll give you a little info. They're up 34-0 early in the second quarter. So Jared Curtis must be doing something right. Listen, thank you for the update. Give my congratulations to both teams, because both of them did great stuff this year to get where they got.
Wait, George, are you not going to say anything about how Kelly looks? Kelly, did your wife let you walk out of the house like that?
Are you hating today, dude?
I don't know. George said he saw your outfit on TV.
George has no. Have you seen George dress every day? George knows nothing about style. And what are you talking about, Parker?
I don't know. George is
the day. You have no style.
I never said anything.
George, hey, let's don't listen to Parker, because Parker's just trying to be part of the conversation that he's not part of. So we all know that, George. But hey, did I do the show well today? Did I do okay on air? Were you satisfied with that, George?
I was very satisfied. I also was warmer than you.
I was warm because we're not in Cookville anymore, where we get because Chip always wanted to open the window, and I'm like, why do we have to open the window? It's 24 degrees out here, Chip. But today we were good. I was warm. You were warm. It was it was good for BGA. There's no question about that.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. Kelly, thanks for the update.
All right, man. See y'all.
That's Kelly Holcomb reporting in from Chattanooga, where my alma mater did win a state title today. And my congratulations to Bobby Bentley and that entire crew, man. What they've done in 2 years, phenomenal. Now, I think I'm right that Terry McCormick is ready and raring to go. He, of course, is Main Street Media and TitanInsider.com. He does a daily Titans update every day on the show. Terry, is there news today?
Well, I guess the only real news, so to speak, some of the guys who were out yesterday due to rest, all of them were back. A couple of guys still out. Jalen Armour Davis and Boyd Cushenberry was another one that we did not see out there during the open part of practice. But when practice ended and we were talking to assistant coaches, I did see him come off the field. So he may have been a limited participant today. So that's a little bit interesting there in terms of whether or not he can be back to man the center position, or if they'll go with Corey Levin for another week. Another thing, George, and this is off the field, Jeffrey Simmons has been named their Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee, and this is the 3rd straight year that he has been selected to represent the Titans in the running for that award.
Yeah, he's very deserving. And he's also had, at times fighting through injuries, a really nice, solid leadership kind of year.
Yeah, I mean, he is really the one bright spot in an otherwise lost season for the Titans. You know, I mean, he's really, you know, not only, you know, all the charitable work and all that he does off the field, but he really is playing at a high level, probably deserves to make the Pro Bowl, which he probably will. And honestly, he probably deserves some all-pro consideration, which might not be as easy to garner given how bad the team is.
Amen on that. Terry, we'll run. We're at a private Christmas party. I've never done a show this way before, but I think you know Chris Casasanta, and nobody between he and his wife have done more to serve this city than those two. So when they made the request, we said yes.
Well, that's great, George. Enjoy yourself.
The meal was good. Talk to you tomorrow.
All right. See ya.
That's Terry McCormick's Daily Titans Update. Parker, the floor is yours.
Time for our update, sponsored by the Tennessee-Illinois basketball game, Saturday, December 6th at Bridgestone Arena. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. George will be giving away tickets tonight at Sports and Social.
Not just tickets, 2 pairs of primo lower-level seats for Saturday night. 2 different pairs. We'll do it at around 7 o'clock at Sports and Social in Green Hills. If you want to win them, you better come out and join us.
Absolutely. And as George alluded to, Nashville Christian is up 35-0 on USJ, about midway to go through the second quarter. So looks like we're going to get 2 bludgeonings today in the private school ranks in the state championship game.
And Baylor and Brentwood Academy tonight.
Yep. And Kelly and Chip Walters will be on the call for that one.
Yeah,
so
they've got a good one there.
Absolutely. So this is what I wanted to lead off with. And I'm sure that most of you have seen this by now, but Clark Lee has told his football team to have their bags packed because they are exploring the possibility of playing a 13th game this weekend to give one final showcase, one final data point for the College Football Playoff Committee. We don't know who the mystery team is.
Well, it doesn't really matter because it's not going to happen.
No, the NCAA wouldn't allow spring games. They're not going to allow this, but I think I like this idea. I hope it happens, but it's not.
Look, I admire the point they're trying to make, but I think when all is said and done, this probably needed to be done a while back when it became obvious that the committee was not paying a lot of attention to them. Who knows whether they ever get back in this setting or not, but if they do, they might ought to get out in front of it rather than after the fact.
Yeah, I just hope it happens, but I know it's not, so I'm not getting my hopes up. The SEC ACC challenge was very interesting because after Tuesday night when it started, the SEC was down 3-6 to the ACC. Just got punched right in the face.
That would be 6-3.
What did I say? Yeah, 6-3. Sorry. That food was really good, George, if you can't tell.
That's no excuse. Come on.
So yesterday,
be a pro.
It concluded the SEC won 6 games to win the challenge. The ACC won 1, and that was Virginia over Texas. So the SEC won the challenge 9-7.
So here's what I think I saw last night, and I've been seeing little bits and pieces, but last night I got a full dose of it. Vandy's basketball team may be more athletic than any Vandy basketball team I have ever seen. I thought a year ago Mark Byington willed that team into the NCAA tournament kind of with smoke and mirrors. He did an incredible coaching job. This year, I think they're loaded. I think they are really good, and they're about 10 deep. And who knows whether I'm getting fooled by this, but I think they got a chance to be a pain in the butt for the rest of the SEC come league play.
I sure as heck wouldn't want to play him. Mark Byington has done a phenomenal job since being hired from James Madison. Just an incredible job. and he deserves every bit of respect. So watch out for Vanderbilt. Early signing day was yesterday, and that's when about 95% of the recruits in America sign. Tennessee has had their highest ranked class in a while. They're sitting at number 7. They were top 5 at one point. Here's an interesting thing. USC's number 1, and LSU is number 11. Lane Kiffin has already flipped a couple of recruits. So that's important to note. And there are 9 SEC teams in the top 25, and good old Virginia Tech with James Franklin sitting right there at the end of the top 25 at 25.
He has poached a bunch of Penn State's people. And, boy, I bet that's getting some attention.
Penn State is down to 2 commits, and they're in the 150s behind teams like South Dakota State and Harvard. Cornell might have jumped them. I don't know.
They have, for the moment, butchered their coaching search. However, remember this one thing. Ultimately, while they look stupid right now for the fact that they didn't appear to have quite the game plan they needed to replace James Franklin, if they end up with a coach that does a really good job there, ultimately that's all that matters. Yeah, they look stupid right now, but the games aren't being played right now.
So another thing, sure, I'll take some. Sorry, we're just getting handed food here.
Yeah.
But hey, thank you so much.
We're doing this for Kelly.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'll take a little bit.
Yeah, sure we will. This is great radio.
I think
sure
this is
people appreciate
apple pie,
this.
maybe.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. What's
Put it
ice cream?
down.
Sorry. You want to hear another stupid thing that was said today?
Let's hear it.
The ACC commissioner, Jim Phillips.
Oh, he's got problems.
He said that the ACC should be a 2-bid league this year. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Well, in fairness, what else is he to say?
You got to advocate for your conference, but the rest of us know what the deal is.
Well, we know that Virginia might be, and we know that Miami might be, and we know that they're hoping Duke won't be.
But I was telling you, George, I really want to see Duke win, and I want to see BYU win just to see the chaos unfold.
Oh, it will be wild.
Yeah, it'll
Absolutely.
be a wild ride. And last thing for me, Mark Andrews has signed a 3-year extension with the Baltimore Ravens. I'm kind of surprised by that because he's having a career worst year.
He is a terrific tight end.
He's good.
If it's a career worst year, it's because Lamar Jackson hadn't been anywhere near what we're used to out of him. Okay, so we're done?
We're done.
Oh, my goodness. Look at
They're bringing more out.
Wow. Oh, I wish all of you could see this. Okay, after the break, Mike Organ, the hardest working man in Nashville sports, will join us from the Tennessean. Don't forget, we will take the Traveling Roadshow to Sports and Social in Green Hills Mall. I'll be there around 5:30. The game tonight might really be a good one. Dallas and Detroit, both of them desperately need this win. At 7 o'clock, about 15 minutes before game time, I will give away 2 pairs of tickets to Saturday night's Tennessee-Illinois game at Bridgestone Arena. So it might behoove you to come out to Sports and Social and enjoy a good night of sports. We'll go to the break. This is the George Plaster Show.
When I got my first car, my dad told me, keep the gas tank full and my number on speed dial. Now parents are telling their kids, save 615-242-9000 just in case. I'm Blair Durham. If you or someone you love is in a wreck, call us. We're here to get you the money you deserve.
A golf cart from Mikey's Motors is the perfect way to get around this summer. Whether you're going to the park, the pool, or the playground, do it in a brand new golf cart from Mikey's Motors, Franklin and Murfreesboro.
Summertime fun in Tennessee. That's what we sell at Mikey's Motors. Come see how we roll.
It's easy to say good things about the folks at Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers. Number one, I trust them with something that's near and dear to me, the Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night. But more importantly, I see the fun people have. They enjoy the bowling. They enjoy the camaraderie, and you will too. Come by any of their locations and get ready to have some fun. Attention, Big Orange Country. Tennessee and Illinois will square off Saturday, December the 6th at Bridgestone Arena. This is the rematch of a great college basketball game last season in Champaign that went right to the wire. And this one figures to be more of the same. Tickets are on sale now. You can grab your seats by going to Ticketmaster.com. That's Ticketmaster.com. Tennessee, Illinois. It's big time.
At Wilson Bank & Trust, we believe you shouldn't have to choose between personal service and digital solutions. As your local independent bank, we're proud to offer the relationships and trusted service you expect, along with the tools and technology that keep you moving forward. So whether you're growing a business, buying a home, or planning for the future, we're here to help. Because this isn't just where we work, it's where we live, too. Wilson Bank & Trust, here to get you there. Member FDIC. Member FDIC.
Are you looking for expert medical care in Nashville without leaving your home? Medical House Calls brings concierge-level health care directly to your door. Whether you need urgent attention, ongoing primary care, revitalizing IV therapy, or medically guided weight loss, our experienced providers are just a phone call away at 615-838-2375 or go online, medicalhousecalls.com.
ESPN Radio lives here. Your sports live here on ESPN 94.9 The Fan.
It's the George Plaster Show. Your sports live here on 94.9 The Fan.
You will hear this a lot on the show today. Tonight, when the Traveling Roadshow heads over to Sports and Social in Green Hills for football night in Nashville, we're going to give away 2 pairs of tickets to the Tennessee-Illinois game, which is Saturday night at Bridgestone Arena. Those are 2 top 20 kind of caliber teams. Their game went right to the wire a year ago. It was won on a buzzer beater at the end. And,
Phenomenal game.
Yeah, it figures to be more of the same. Let's say hello really quick to Mike Organ from the Tennessean, who joins us by phone. Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Busy week. Sorry I couldn't be with you guys on our normal day yesterday, but you can blame Jared Curtis and Vanderbilt and all the other 5 stars out there. I was pulled into 12 straight hours of work.
So kind of tell us from your perspective what the last 24 have been like.
Well, if you're talking about Vanderbilt, it's been one of the momentous 24 hours in Vanderbilt football history. This is the biggest top prospect they have ever, Vanderbilt has ever signed. On top of that, the importance of signing him when they did makes it even that much more gargantuan for him to come in and replace who I now believe is the greatest player in Vanderbilt history in Diego Pavia. For you to get a guy like that, everybody was like, before Curtis flipped from Georgia, everybody was like, well, we're confident. Vanderbilt's got a good backup now, and they're now a good program, and some transfers will be eager to come there. But that was just pie in the sky. There was no tangible evidence of that. Well, now there's tangible evidence. And if anybody's watching the game right now, and I can't believe anybody be watching the game and not listening to us, but if somebody has the TV on and turned down listening to us, they're seeing what Vanderbilt's going to get next year. And he's a special talent. George, I've been at this 40 years, and I've never seen a quarterback from Nashville, from the state of Tennessee, as good as this kid. I was with 10 former high school football coaches this morning. Boots Donnelly, Jerry Pigg, Wes Elrod, Doug Mullick, and a bunch of them. We had breakfast, and
nobody argued. Everybody said he's the best they've ever seen.
Mike, what's your theory on why this flip ultimately was the one? Because he's flipped 3 or 4 times. Why do you think ultimately he pointed down at Vandy?
I think one thing is the fact that what you just said, he had flipped before, so there was no reason to believe that Georgia, the last time to commit to Georgia, was solid. You see what I'm saying? That was the one that was, he went back, but until he signs the paper, nobody's going to really take it seriously. So I don't think it was that solid in the first place because of his track record. And secondly, obviously, it's about playing time. Pavia is leaving. Pavia had gone out and recruited him. It's what I love about the new college football, snubbing their nose at the NCAA and allowing players for a school to go out and help that school recruit new players. Pavia had helped recruit Jared Curtis and gotten close to him. And then I don't think that there's any doubt that Clark and the staff, Jerry Kill and the rest of them back, just told Pavia, you'll play. Will you play next year? Very possibly. You'll play soon, though. I'm sorry, told Curtis that. Because they need a quarterback. And those are big shoes to fill. But this guy's got the mechanics to do it. Everybody worried about the offense having to change. The offense had to change for Pavia. This will be a more traditional offense. Curtis will be able to run a more traditional offense. Don't believe they'll rely on him, his legs as much in the SEC. He's playing against AA caliber athletes right now that he can run over. He's a man among boys out there now. So I don't think he's going to do that. I don't think he wants to do it. He's a drop back quarterback, and that's his future. That's what he'll play in the NFL. I have no doubt he'll play in the NFL. So I think it's going to be a more traditional offense, but that's why I think it was playing time, and the Georgia commit was not that solid in the first place.
Mike, I want to be fair. When I go down the road, I'm kind of going here. Because if I was on the committee, I don't really know quite how I would have dealt with Vandy. But I'm kind of convinced that the committee has never paid any attention to Vandy, that Vandy's kind of a cute, nice story, but in the end, that's about all the committee thought about him because they never took him off 14. And that kind of tells me they just said, here's where they are for better or for worse, and nothing's going to change it.
I think you're right. And I tell you my disappointment, George, is that 3 of the 12 committee members have ties to Vanderbilt. I pointed this out on social media yesterday. Hunter Yurachek, the committee chairman, spent 3 years at Vanderbilt. I remember Hunter being there. You probably do. Carla Williams got her start in athletic administration at Vanderbilt as an associate AD. She was a great basketball player at Georgia, and she came up here and spent a couple of years at Vanderbilt. And this isn't so strong, but Mike Riley was a runner-up when Rod Dowhauer was hired as the Vanderbilt football coach in 1995. It shocked me when Paul Houlihan told me on December 23rd that he was hiring Rod Dowhauer, somebody I'd never heard of, when he had a guy that was the hottest assistant in the country at the time at USC. He had played at Alabama. His wife was father was the Alabama baseball coach. She wanted desperately to get back over here to this side of the country, get out of L.A. And Mike Riley wanted that job, and Paul gave it to Rod Dowhauer, and we know how that worked out. So you got 3 people right there that know Vanderbilt, and they've seen what Vanderbilt was and has become. Chris Massaro from MTSU is also on the committee. He's seen it up close. I think that he excuses himself when the SEC is talked about during the SEC discussion. I was told that he steps out or doesn't participate because he is close to the SEC. But I don't know. I think Chris is probably talking to the others about, hey, this is a new Vanderbilt. So I'm just stunned that they did what they did and set on that ranking for those last 3 games that are some of the best football that Vanderbilt's ever played in its history.
Mike, would you agree with me? One of the things that is not good, and I realize it's a really tough job, but when the head of your committee comes on the air with ESPN after they unveil that week's pairings, they've got to have studied this stuff a little closer. When Hunter Yurachek put the thing out there about, well, Vandy hasn't beaten anybody in the top 25. Well, Tennessee was in the top 25 until Vandy steamrolled them. And so what he's really saying is, Vandy, if you'd won 27-24 and Tennessee had stayed in the top 25, you'd be getting more brownie points. Well, to me, that's idiotic. And for Hunter Yurachek to say that, I just was floored by how stupid that is.
I totally agree. It's a chicken and an egg thing. Which came first, the ranking or, them getting beat? LSU was a top 10 team when Vanderbilt beat them, Missouri. So, yeah, I totally agree. Ranking, they talk about how rankings don't matter, and yet rankings matter all of a sudden. Because those are AP rankings. Those weren't the committee's rankings back when when they beat LSU. Now, Tennessee, that was a committee ranking. But, yeah, Clark said it yesterday. He said that's a slap at Tennessee to say basically you don't deserve in the top 20 anyways. You got beat by Vanderbilt. So that I totally agree with your take there. And the other thing you mentioned, George, is that Hunter comes out each week and he makes his statement and he meets with the pool of reporters. They do that for recognition, to make some money, and it does. And I'm sure that the advertising for that show every week is astronomical. But if they really want to make some money and they really want to show what's going on, let's just bring a camera in to the discussion and show that. Just put one up in the corner of the room. We don't need anybody telling us what's going on, and let us hear what you say. And let us understand a little bit better than these little comments like this that don't make sense. Like you said, let us hear who says what about Miami and why Miami's better or whatever, or why a Vanderbilt loss to Alabama is bigger than another team's loss to Alabama. Just if you're gonna be transparent, be fully transparent.
So, Mike, last thing from me before I turn it to Parker. Obviously, I've got a history of not always playing well in the sandbox with athletic directors. So what I say may have a little bit of bias to it, but just because they have the title AD, and I'm excluding Chris Massaro in here, who I have a world of respect for, but there's some ADs in there who don't have any business on one of these committees. Why do we not have more former football coach types in there who truly know the game, that don't have to get into a computer to tell you what's really what?
Totally agree. And I agree. I'm glad to see an Ivan Mizell on there. Obviously comes from, my background, my, writing as a sports writer, and I've always read Ivan and admired him. So I like seeing him on there. I want to see more of that. I don't want to see assistant athletic directors and athletic directors just in general. I want to see football people. Just because you're an athletic director doesn't mean you know football. You just said that. You may be an athletic director with a basketball background, because not everybody has, not anyone has a diverse background. Not anyone played football and basketball and baseball. You either came from one of the three. So, yeah, it should be strictly football people. And there are so many good people out there that you could choose from that, and I'm like you, Chris has been at it a long time, and I have no problem with Chris being on it, and especially if he excuses himself in the SEC discussion. But there are just so many pure football people that can be on this committee that people would have a lot more faith in.
Okay, Mike, I know you believe the same things that we believe, that Diego Pavia at least deserves to be in New York for the Heisman Trophy ceremony. Just lay it out there. Why do you believe he should win it?
Well, there's two. Okay, I was a Heisman voter for many years, over 10 years. And when I first started, I was under the impression, I think, I was told that the Heisman is supposed to go to the player who's the most valuable player for his team. That's not the case. It's basic. You're supposed to be the most outstanding college football player. Well, Pavia is both of those. Pavia, and he's obviously been the most important player, most valuable player for Vanderbilt for the last two seasons. You take Pavia out of that mix, and it's completely different. Now, let me say this, though. The offensive line that Clark and his staff have put together is phenomenal. It's the best offensive line that Vanderbilt has ever had. It's better than a lot of offensive lines that have ever been at any SEC schools. From what I've been told, they rotate their tackles on every series. That's almost impossible. And I believe against South Carolina, they rotated 12 offensive linemen. This is what Parker, this is what George and I can tell you, this is what used to get Vanderbilt beat all the time. They could put 11 players out there and hang with anybody in the country. But once the other team started putting its 2s and 3s out there, and Vanderbilt had to either leave its 1s in there or try to match with its 2s and 3s, that's where the game, the score got separated. That's different now, and that offensive line has definitely helped Pavia do what he's done. That said, he's still done it, and it's out there for everybody to see, and he's taken a perennial doormat. I mean, Vanderbilt has been a losing program for many, many years. This is only the second time in their history they've qualified for back-to-back bowl games. And he's taken that team and made it a national champion contender, or whatever the committee says or not. They're a national championship contender. And like I said, you can't say it single-handedly, but he's taken advantage of what has been given. And his ability to run and throw and rally the players around him and make them all better. I've said this before. Jay Cutler had great mechanics, was a great football player, strong arm, but he didn't make everybody around him better. Jay Cutler won 11 games as a starter. Pavia makes everybody, and I'm including the defense and the special teams, better.
And I'm sure you saw, too, Clark Lee telling his team, hey, keep your bags packed this week. They're trying to play a 13th game against a team that none of us know who it is, but they're trying to play a 13th game in order to give the committee an extra data point and why Vanderbilt should be in the playoff. What do you make of that?
That's not going to happen. In order for them to play a 13th game, it would have to be played either in Hawaii or Alaska. And in order for them to play a team that it would make a difference, it would have to be Miami or Oklahoma or Texas. And those teams aren't going to, for that to make an impact on the committee. The committee has made it evident. Those are the only teams that are going to, raise their eyebrows. Those three teams aren't going to play them. So that's not going to happen. I absolutely admire Clark for trying to find a way around it, trying to do everything possible, because this is going to affect these players' lives for the rest of their lives. This is going to be something that they live with. And just, one more chance. I would love to see it happen, because there is another week. This is championship week. Why not play another game? But from what I understand, NCAA rules say that they'd have to play at one of those two places. And just going to Hawaii would be great, but I don't think it's feasible.
And for Tennessee Tech, do you think that they got dealt a bad hand? I know they lost last week to North Dakota. Do you think they got dealt a bad hand being seeded, I believe it was 11th?
Yeah, I think it was it 11th or 13th?
One of the two. You would know better than I.
Yeah, well, they were 6th in the country, and they got a double-digit seed, so that tells you something right there. I think, and I said I was up there last week for the game while I was in Cookville, and I told people up there, I think what the committee did was say, hey, let's give them a higher seed, but then let's let them play a team with a bad record, with a 7-5 record. But we know that team is good, It has the strongest strength of schedule in the country. So they'll be a high seed, and they'll probably lose right away. So I think they got dealt a double dip right there. I think they got a bad seed, and they had to play a good team that happened to have a bad record. The committee could come back and say, and I know it sounds like we're bashing committees today, but the committee could come back and say, yeah, you got a high seed, but we matched you with a 7-5 team, a team in the playoffs with the worst record. Yeah, they lost to Montana State. They lost to Northern Montana. They lost to the best teams in the country. So they were 7-5, but they were better than that record. So I think that the committee covered its bases by saying, yeah, we did kind of screw you with the rank or with the seed, but we're letting you play an easy opponent, which wasn't the case.
Do you think that Greg Sankey is going to see Vanderbilt, Texas on the outside looking in, and use that as an excuse to expand this playoff? Diego Pavia asked President Trump, for an executive order in order to expand this thing to 16. But I'm thinking about Greg Sankey because you see two of his teams sitting on the outside looking in. You think to yourself, if this were a 16-team playoff, we could potentially have 7 SEC teams. Do you think that he's going to do that?
I think it's going to 16 no matter what, Parker. I think, yeah, maybe this is another bullet in the holster for that argument. And I'm sure Sankey wants it. It means more money and what means more of his teams go. So, yeah, I think he'll use it, but I think it was going to go to 16 no matter what happened with Vanderbilt.
That's all I got.
That's all you got?
That's all I wanted to know.
Okay, so Mike, anything else going on that while we've got you here that you'd want to share?
I've been working on the Music City Bowl today, George. I think we're looking at LSU there, which would be really interesting if Lane Kiffin were coaching LSU in that game. Lane Kiffin will not coach in that game. So hopefully he'll come, and I would think he would. Wouldn't you think? I mean, I would think he'd come, and maybe he'll give some interviews. If any coach would give an interview under those circumstances, it would be Lane. So, hopefully our Music City Bowl will have when the announcement is Sunday, we'll get LSU and Kiffin to be part of it. Because I don't think we're looking at very interesting teams outside of that. We're probably looking at a Missouri, and actually that's about it. I think it's down to either Missouri or LSU, and they're probably going to play an Iowa or a Minnesota, something like that. So the Big Ten matchup's not going to be that good. So I think we need something like a Lane Kiffin to be part of it. And I think that will happen. I think LSU will be the pick for the SEC, and I think that Lane will come here, obviously, to watch his new team play, and hopefully he'll make himself available. Other than that, I'm trying to gear up for basketball. I think we've got a pretty good Belmont team here, even though they took it on the chin against Richmond last night. I think they're going to be pretty good. We're going to see MTSU and Belmont play over the weekend. That could be a good game. And then go get ready for these playoffs. See, I want to delve into them next week and just see how many players that we've got from the Middle Tennessee area that are on teams, and try to find connections that we have in this area since they've screwed Vanderbilt like they have, and Tennessee didn't get in. So I'm going to try to find some other connections.
Take a look at Vandy basketball. I went last night. Mike, this is the most athletic Vanderbilt team I've ever seen.
I heard Mark Byington yesterday in his pregame talking about how good SMU was. And he said he felt like SMU's starting 5 were as good or the best in the country. And for you to go out and beat that team pretty handily, right? I mean, what was it, 12 points? Something like that?
Yeah, it was double digits, and you just never felt sitting there that SMU was ever going to win that game.
Yeah, and as long as Mark Brandon wasn't just giving coach speak, and I don't think he was because SMU was undefeated, then yeah, that's impressive. And everything I've heard is that they're good. What you just said, I didn't know that was the most athletically talented. That says something. Vanderbilt's had good teams over the years, so really looking forward to seeing them.
Thank you as always. We'll do it again next week, Mike.
Okay, we'll have who knows what Tommy will have done between now and then.
Oh, you're right about that. Or his brothers.
Oh gosh, yeah, we didn't go there.
That's a good move that we didn't. Okay, we'll run on that. Our thanks to Mike Organ from the Tennessean. We'll come back and talk a little bit more about a couple of the places we went with Mike. Stay tuned. This is the George Plaster Show.
When I got my first car, my dad told me, keep the gas tank full and my number on speed dial. Now parents are telling their kids, save 615-242-9000 just in case. I'm Blair Durham. If you or someone you love is in a wreck, call us. We're here to get you the money you deserve.
Smashville hockey. Around here, it can sound like a language of its own. But hey, if you can pronounce Demumbrian, then names like Yossi, Shea, Marchessault will roll right off the tongue. Nashville Predators, only in Smashville.
Sports and Social at Green Hills Mall is the new home for our Football Night in Nashville promotion. Their food is terrific. Their TV setup looks like a racing sports book in Vegas. And if you're a sports fan, you can't beat it. Starting September the 4th, we'll broadcast from Sports and Social every Thursday night. There's Pop-A-Shot, great football, and the chance to win a beautiful Mikey's Motors golf cart. See you at Sports and Social in Green Hills Mall. Attention, Big Orange Country. Tennessee and Illinois will square off Saturday, December the 6th at Bridgestone Arena. This is the rematch of a great college basketball game last season in Champaign that went right to the wire. And this one figures to be more of the same. Tickets are on sale now. You can grab your seats by going to Ticketmaster.com. That's Ticketmaster.com. Tennessee, Illinois. It's big time. Here's Officer Darren Hoskins for the Metro Nashville Police Department.
The Metro Nashville Police Department is on the forefront of policing in this century, and I'm glad I'm a part of it. I'm glad I get to find other good officers, other future good officers. And if you're watching today, or you yourself or someone you happen to know is interested, join MNPD.com. Feel free to reach out to us because we need good officers, and it's a great city to work for.
And has always had this dream, and we're very glad to have him. That's just going to be the start of many.
If you want to be part of the Plaster Show advertising family, it's simple. Just email me, plastergeorge@gmail.com. Again, plastergeorge@gmail.com. We will fit your budget and your needs.
It's the George Plaster Show. Your sports live here on 94.9 The Fan.
Hey, we are back on this Thursday afternoon where it's colder than all get out, and I'm very happy. If you didn't hear it earlier today, BGA won their state title game against FRA 61-27, and what that did was basically, in a little bit of a revenge game, sort of trump the regular season game that FRA won 21-14. Congratulations to both schools for getting there. What's going on in the Jared Curtis Bowl?
They're up 49-0 at the half. I mean, just a beat down.
Wow.
Yeah. No, Jared Curtis has played very well. So
let's get back to the whole selection committee thing for a minute, because it will not matter what you do, what people you put in, there is always going to be controversy. This year it may involve Vandy not really getting all that close at 14. It could involve some other schools before the weekend is over. And you're kind of sitting there saying, well, this same thing goes on in the NCAA basketball tournament. And the truth of it is, it does. But here's the question I've got, and I want you all to think about this, because later on I may ask for your comments. Okay? Yeah, I've had a career where I've had a few tiffs with athletic directors. And would I change a couple of them? Hell no. No, frankly, I'm thrilled to have gotten into it with a couple of them. Just because they have the words athletic director under their resume doesn't necessarily guarantee they're very smart. Okay? What I get tired of is these committee assignments are simply being used as resume builders for administrators. We need to listen, this isn't going to necessarily take away the controversy, but why do we not have more football people involved? In that committee, a Bob Stoops, a Mac Brown, a David Cutcliffe. Okay, you got the same rules. When there's a problem, you recuse yourself. If Mac Brown's on that committee, if Texas comes up, if North Carolina comes up, he goes out the door. But the difference is that these people know football. And I'm saying some of these athletic directors, and I'm excluding Chris Massaro at Middle, who I have a ton of respect for, but there's some people on that committee this year that don't have a damn bit of business being on there. And when they sit there and they give you all this crap about, we've crunched the numbers in a computer and we've come out with 0.68 and no. Give me football people that know the game. It's not going to get rid of the controversy, but at least you know that people who really know the game are in there making the decisions.
I don't disagree. It's common sense. It's common sense. And Mike Organ brought it up. It's just too commonsensical for these people to understand it. And you're absolutely right. When we had the BCS system, people were groaning about, oh, we don't need computers. We need humans making the decisions. Well, the problem is when you have humans, everything is opinion based, and there's going to be controversy no matter what. When there's people, there's going to be controversy. So you bring up a great point about football people like Nick Saban, people like David Cutcliffe, because they know what to look for. But this whole thing, when they're asking for an explanation, when you have Hunter Yurachek and Reese Davis sitting there, and Reese Davis is grilling him with questions, and he's telling me, well, Vanderbilt did this, their offenses look good. I don't care about that. I don't care about your eyeball test. I don't care about my eyeball test. Are they deserving? Did they earn it on the field? That's what I care about.
And look, that said, if I was on the committee, I don't know exactly what I would be doing with Vandy. But I have a suspicion the fact that they have stayed 14 for about 3 weeks in a row tells me that they got patted on the head, and it was sort of a, hey, nice story. This is cute, but this is as far as it's going. But what I would feel a lot better about is if football people were telling me what they're seeing.
Sure.
I don't give two you-know-whats about some associate athletic director in charge of fundraising. I'm sorry, I don't. And when Hunter Yurachek isn't better prepared to go on the air than he was 3 nights ago, that was embarrassing.
Right.
Shame on him. He's got to do better than that.
100%. Because these people may not have the football backgrounds. If Danny White was on the committee, I would feel the exact same way because Danny White has a basketball background. He doesn't have a football background. So I'd feel much better if it were football people, again, who know what to look for and have defined criteria and stick to that rather than swaying with the wind. And it doesn't really matter what committee it is. All committees have done this. They give you explanations that make 0 sense. Head to head. Oklahoma's ahead of Alabama because of head to head, But why is Miami behind Notre Dame? It makes no sense.
No, it feels like the criteria is a moving thing to fit whatever it is they really want to tell you.
Sure.
Whatever it is they really want you to feel, it's a moving target. And again, putting coaches on the committee is not going to change controversy. I will grant you that right there. But there's a credibility. If I hear it from Bob Stoops, or I hear it from Mac Brown, or I hear it from David Cutcliffe, there's a credibility that's not there when I hear it from an associate athletic director who doesn't know a damn thing about football.
Oh, 100%. If David Cutcliffe gave me his opinion right here, he's not even on the committee, I would put more weight, more stock on that than whatever crap Hunter Yurachek is going to tell me.
When we open the phones a little after 4:30, I'm going to want to get some of your reactions on that particular point specifically about putting more coaches on the committee. Okay, hour number 1 is done. Underdog picks are in the on-deck circle. This is the George Plaster Show. If you are paying too much for your health insurance, you know what? You need to contact the folks at Pancoast Benefits. Pancoast works with businesses and individuals to tackle the high cost of health insurance. Whether you're a business owner, large or small, self-employed, between jobs, or over the age of 65 and in need of a Medicare plan, Pancoast can help. They make understanding your benefits less difficult and more personal. So check them out today, pancoastbenefits.com, or call them at 615-292-3400. Venture Express has been helping people in this area for more than 40 years. They're headquartered in Murfreesboro with over 30 years of dedicated fleets involving production, manufacturing, and corrugated experiences. They're an asset-based company with over 700 tractors, 4,000 trailers, and 800 drivers. If you need their help, dial them up 615-793-9500 or log on to ventureexpress.com. You've heard me talk about the putting zone. Well, guess what? It's now open, and it offers a revolutionary indoor golf experience featuring state-of-the-art putting surfaces designed to replicate real-world course conditions. It allows players of all skill levels to practice, compete in tournaments, and connect year-round. Go by and see them at 3040 Sidco Drive and tell them Plaz sent you. Here's David Levy of Levy's Men's and Women's Wear in Green Hills.
Hey, George. As a 170-year-old clothier, we are loaded for the holiday season with great gift items for you or your significant other. Plus, we have front door parking, experienced associates to answer your questions, free gift wrap, and we are surprisingly affordable, even for you. This holiday season, treat yourself to a touch of luxury without any of the fuss. Levy's Green Hills, 3900 Hillsborough Pike, across from Virtus and behind Donut Den.
At Electronic Express now. Whether you're upgrading movie night, surprising the kids with gaming gear, or filling the house with music, now's the time to save. Get 50% off TVs, home audio, Bluetooth speakers, gaming systems, computers, monitors, and more. So you can bring bigger movies, better sound, and more excitement to everyone on your list. And when you shop local, you get the perks, like free local delivery and up to 24 months interest-free financing. Shop in-store or at electronicexpress.com.
Now, here's your latest Fox 17 Code Red weather report.
I'm Fox 17 meteorologist Greg Bobes. Our forecast this afternoon, right near 40 degrees for a high temperature and keeping it fairly cloudy. After dinner time, showers move in and a little winter mix possible overnight leading into very early tomorrow morning.
Your sports live here on the Game Nashville Sports Network.
The perfect gift. Lavish and luxurious, yet affordable. Breathtaking and joy-inspiring, yet simple for you. The gift card from A Moment's Peace. A spa day she customizes exactly the way she wants. Give her the gift she won't buy herself. An escape, a bit of luxury, something special that shows how much you care. A gift card from A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Call 615-224-0770 or go online at amomentspeace.com.
The wait is over. The largest sports book in Kentucky is now open at the Mint Gaming Hall, Kentucky Downs. Feel the rush of every play in a venue built for sports fans. Catch all your favorite games with an 80-foot screen, stadium-style seating, and live daily broadcasts from VSiN, the sports betting network. Plus, download the Circa Sports Kentucky mobile app today and start betting like a pro anywhere in Kentucky. The largest sports book in Kentucky, Circa Sports, is now open at the Mint Gaming Hall, Kentucky Downs.
Hey guys, Big Joe here from my good friends over at Busy Bee. Listen, for the month of December, Busy Bee will be running a toy drive where toys for less fortunate families in Wilson County can be dropped off at our headquarters in Lebanon, Tennessee. Just a small way for us to give back to a community that's been so good to us. BusyBeeHVAC.com for more.
Call 775-7833. Your sports live here. WBUZ HD3 Laverne. All around the world on the Game Nashville app. We are the Game Nashville Sports Network. ESPN 94.9. The Fan. A Cromwell media station.
It's the George Plaster Show. Your sports live here on 94.9 The Fan.
Now, time for our stat of the day, brought to you by Apple Collision Centers. James Cook is second in rushing yards this season and is close to beating out Jonathan Taylor. If Cook were to lead the league in rushing, he'd be the first Bill since whom to accomplish this.
Well, I guess there are two names that pop up right off the bat. Thurman Thomas, O.J. Simpson. I'll go with Thurman Thomas.
Final answer?
Yeah.
O.J. Simpson.
Wow.
You were right there.
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit. Wow. Okay, we welcome all of you officially into the 4 o'clock hour of the show. We're going to have some fun here in just a second with the underdog picks. Let's see. This is week number 16. Hard to believe. But before we do that, tonight, the Traveling Road Show will go to Sports and Social in Green Hills Mall. And the game tonight is a really good one because both teams really need it. Dallas Cowboys, who are surging. Detroit Lions, the home team, doing anything but surging. Both of them need a win in the worst sort of way. This will be a really good football game. Tonight, when you come to Sports and Social, a couple of things. Make sure and get one of those registration slips to win the $15,000 golf cart, courtesy of the folks at Mikey's Motors. We will give that golf cart away 2 weeks from today. Tonight at 7 o'clock, give or take a few minutes, I will give away 2 pairs of tickets to the Tennessee-Illinois game Saturday night at Bridgestone Arena. These are lower level, 50-yard line, primo stuff. So if you want to go to that game, my suggestion, come out to Sports and Social in the Green Hills Mall. Okay, we're now ready for the underdog picks. Let's check in with the panel. Let's start with Chuck McDowell, who through most of the competition has been sunbathing down in Florida. Chuck, I would assume that is not the case today.
No, George, I'm in the British Virgin Islands today, and that was just a joke. I am in Cool Springs watching this gray, rainy, cold, ugly. Yeah, I'd much rather be in the British Virgin Islands, but I'm here with you, buddy. It's a beautiful day.
And I appreciate that.
George, I don't know if you know this, but Chuck McDowell sent a shark emoji in our little group chat that we all have.
Did he
So
really?
to me, that means he thinks he's going to dominate the competition today.
Is that so?
His words, not mine.
Actually, I thought that was like a porpoise.
That's a porpoise. Come on.
Yeah.
That's a porpoise.
That's
Gosh.
a porpoise?
A little
Oh,
dolphin.
no, it looks
I
like
have
a
no
dolphin.
clue who I'm picking.
Well,
I'm throwing a dart.
A dolphin, porpoise.
No sharks.
No sharks.
No sharks. No sharks.
Hello, Pogu. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. Greetings from the American Virgin Islands. No, out here in the woods, enjoying actually, it's sleeting out here right now.
Is it really?
Yes, we're getting sleet, little ice.
Are school systems closed tomorrow?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Do whenever you do that, you're dying to do it, George. Do you want to do it right now to impress?
No.
Huh?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
All right.
And let's
right.
check in with our leader in the clubhouse, the General Al Dorsey. General, how are you?
I'm doing peachy.
Are military maneuvers more difficult to execute in this kind of weather?
No, we can go in anything, George.
Really? Is that so? And you know that from experience?
Not hardly.
Okay, let's get into what went on. By the way, Kelly Holcomb is in Chattanooga. Has he left instructions for you? How's this working?
His exact words were, "We don't have a chance. Do your best."
Wow. Nice attitude.
Yeah.
Okay, let's review what happened in week 15. Chuck McDowell went out on a limb, and it was a limb a lot of people believed, and that was that Pitt was going to give Miami all they could handle. Final score, Hurricanes 38, Pitt 7. Chuck, what happened?
Woodshed. Yeah. Whooping is that's a kind word. That's to say it in the most kind Christian way possible. That was a good old fashioned whooping. Yeah.
First time Christianity has been, sought after in this competition.
I mean, last week there's a whole lot of ass whooping talk going on. So I'm going to try to keep it clean.
You were going to clean it up, and I appreciate that. Pogu chose the Michigan Wolverines, who were trying to extend their winning streak over Ohio State to 5. It didn't happen. It didn't come anywhere close to happening. 27-9 was the final score. Pogu, what I learned out of that game is that Ohio State's offensive line may be better than the Titans.
Well, it doesn't take much. I'll tell you, their defense may be the best in the country. Ohio State's very impressive right now. We'll see what they do with Indiana, but man, they're a machine.
Yeah, it was really impressive. Their offensive line saw to it that absolutely nothing would happen to Julian Sayin, and so the Buckeyes win, and Pogi, just like Chuck, gets no wins. That is a familiar theme. Kelly Holcomb.
That would be an ass whipping. I will go anti-Christian on it. It was an ass whipping.
No, thank you, Pogu. Kelly Holcomb, apparently down in the dumps over his, position in the standings. He took the Buffalo Bulls, hoping they would somehow turn into the Buffalo Bills. They didn't. They lost at home to Ohio University 31-26, and Kelly, with that loss, falls to 3-12 with 19 points. I failed to mention earlier, Chuck, with his loss, falls to 4-11, but 26 points. Very impressive showing. Pogu, in your case, 3-12 and dead last with 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
I don't have anything that, I suck. Okay. What do you want me to say?
So yours truly.
That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted.
That is sort of what we wanted. So yours truly took the Auburn Tigers in a big rivalry game. I don't know if there were snickers about that pick or not. The fact of it is Auburn came pretty close to sending that thing to overtime. Bama wins 27-20, which means I lose. My record drops to 6-9, and I have 28 points on the season, which is good for second. Our leader, the General, Al Dorsey, riding a big wave, a winning streak, goes out west to San Jose State. And the answer to the question, do you know the way to San Jose? Fresno State answered, not yes, but oh hell yes, to the tune of 41-14. And with the loss, the General falls to 7-8 on the year, but still a comfortable lead at 36 points. General, your reaction?
Well, I went against Van Sider. He told me to pick Texas, but I went for the points. A couple more points. Got greedy, and that teaches me not to be greedy. I should have gone with Texas like he told me to, and I didn't do it.
Now, wait a minute. Who was this that told you to do this?
Well, that's a secret weapon. I can't tell you that.
Oh, Guido. Chuck, seems to me like we're getting some artificial aid.
Yeah, a little secret weapon.
Yeah. Isn't that special?
All I know is none of us won, and it's been a while, but I lost some money on the General's play. So come on, General, I need you this week, buddy.
So, Chuck, will you put heavy consideration on whatever the General throws out there?
I have every week, so yes.
Well, because the order of picking this week has the General first, Chuck, you're second, Pogu, you will be third, Kelly is fourth, and I am in the 5 hole. It is championship week. There are not a lot of picks to be had, so it could be really slim pickings. We'll go to the break, and then these guys will give us their championship picks on the George Plaster Show.
When I got my first car, my dad told me, keep the gas tank full and my number on speed dial. Now parents are telling their kids, save 615-242-9000 just in case. I'm Blair Durham. If you or someone you love is in a wreck, call us. We're here to get you the money you deserve.
A golf cart from Mikey's Motors is the perfect way to get around this summer. Whether you're going to the park, the pool, or the playground, do it in a brand new golf cart from Mikey's Motors, Franklin and Murfreesboro.
Summertime fun in Tennessee. That's what we sell at Mikey's Motors. Come see how we roll.
Attention, Big Orange Country. Tennessee and Illinois will square off Saturday, December the 6th at Bridgestone Arena. This is the rematch of a great college basketball game last season in Champaign that went right to the wire. And this one figures to be more of the same. Tickets are on sale now. You can grab your seats by going to Ticketmaster.com. That's Ticketmaster.com. Tennessee, Illinois. It's big time. It's big time. Star Physical Therapy was established in 1997 with one great mission: to serve. If you're hurting, don't wait to receive physical therapy. You don't need a referral to see their physical therapist, and early morning and evening appointments are available. Make the call to 615-673-1420 and get rid of that pain. Star Physical Therapy, the official health provider of Football Friday. Are you looking for expert medical care in Nashville without leaving your home? Medical House Calls brings concierge-level health care directly to your door. Whether you need urgent attention, ongoing primary care, revitalizing IV therapy, or medically guided weight loss, our experienced providers are just a phone call away at 615-838-2375 or go online, medicalhousecalls.com. It's easy to say good things about the folks at Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers. Number one, I trust them with something that's near and dear to me, the Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night. But more importantly, I see the fun people have. They enjoy the bowling. They enjoy the camaraderie, and you will too. Come by any of their locations and get ready to have some fun. Celebrity Bowling Night.
ESPN Radio lives here. Your sports live here on ESPN 94.9 The Fan.
It's the George Plaster Show. Your sports live here on 94.9 The Fan.
So if you're new to the Underdog Picks, and we welcome all of you back, it's really simple. We take the college card for any particular week, and our contestants have to try to find an underdog that will win outright. And if that happens, then they will get the number of points that team was the underdog by. So that's sort of the way the game is played. We now, in week number 16, championship week, get to the picks. Let's begin with the great military leader, a man in first place, and a man who clearly is getting aid from somewhere. Don't know if it's the Contras, the Nicaraguans, or Guido, but the general is getting help.
Well, look.
Okay, General, where are you going?
Well, first of all, George, let me say how much I enjoyed seeing the kids last week. You do a great job with that.
Thank you, and it was fun having you there. I know some folks really had a good time with you because it's been brought up to me a couple of times. So good stuff. Thank you.
Well, I'm going to go, gosh, I'm between two picks. I've one as a defensive pick. The other is a winner. I'm going to go with Miami, Ohio.
Miami, Ohio is a 2.5-point dog against Western Michigan in a game that somebody will televise. If for no other reason, then there aren't that many games. ESPN at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning. General, what are your people telling you about this game?
That I shouldn't pick it.
Okay.
I don't think there's really a good pick on the board this week.
I think there's a lot of truth to that. Mm-hmm. So, Chuck, does that definitely mean that we're going all in on Miami of Ohio?
Yeah, that was I have two. I got 5 plays written down, and I got 2 number ones, and that was one of them. So I liked it anyway.
Well, given that you're up next, let's get right to Chuck McDowell's music. Nice.
All right. There we go. I'm excited about it. Can you tell?
Yeah.
So let's see here. Well, you mean Jacksonville State?
Jacksonville State is a 2.5-point dog at home on Friday night in the title game against one of the emerging powers in that league, Kennesaw State. Kennesaw State 9-3, Jacksonville State 8-4. The game is on the CBS Sports Network, 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. Boy, I can't wait to see that one. Woo.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, it's going to be an exciting game, man. I've got my recorder already programmed. I'm going to record it so I can watch it over and over.
On your VHS?
on my VHS, on my DVD player, buddy. I'm upscaled some. I got
Look,
a DVD now.
Let's just say it the way it is. Anytime Kennesaw State comes to town, you can throw out the records. We now move to correspondent. Oh, go ahead, Chuck.
I couldn't tell you where Kennesaw State is either, so go ahead.
Mile marker 271.
Marietta.
11 miles.
Marietta.
11 miles from the home of the free and your Atlanta Braves. Thank you. Next up is Pogu.
Roll out the barrel. We'll have a barrel of fun.
Pogu at the moment in dead last. That doesn't feel like rolling out the barrel and we're having fun.
Well, it also has something to drown our sorrows with as well. So it works both ways.
Well, that's lovely.
And let me add to what Al said. Great Monday night was an amazing, the fourth annual, what, the Schmidtos do, Philip Cox and everything with what you do and the turnout. Congratulations. That was, as always, very well done. I like being a spectator and heckling everybody, but it was really well done.
And you're good at that. By the way,
yes,
it was the 5th annual.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I've only been invited to 4.
That's wonderful. Who are you picking?
Well, you said earlier college football, right? And I was looking on the boards in Vegas, and I don't know if you guys know, but the FCS playoffs are going on. South Dakota is getting 6.5 at Mercer.
We're not going there.
Whoa! I asked about this, Pogue.
We're not going
college football. Whoa! You
No.
never said FBS, FCS.
We're
What do you mean?
going with the big boys.
Did you? So early in the show, I heard you say it's college football, and these are on the board in Vegas. And I didn't hear you say college football boys. I am playing this game under protest.
Pogie.
So I can play BGA. I want BGA.
Are they? Let me ask you this: are they college football on the board in Vegas?
Oh, let's be honest.
You can get a bet on BGA downtown Franklin right now.
The Cats are on the board in Vegas.
No, they're not. We're working that way, but they're not college football. I don't know. Al's awful quiet. I know he's not Switzerland. Are we talking college football? We're talking playoffs, and we're talking about bets on the board in Vegas.
As usual, Pogo's trying to change the rules.
There's no what rules.
He did this earlier this year. He already tried this earlier this year, trying to change the rules in midstream.
So where am I? So where I hadn't seen the rule book, but it's college football, and South Dakota. My pick would be Kennesaw State or Jacksonville State, so it doesn't matter. All right, give me.
It's on page 7 of the rule book.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, college football. And I'm on the boards in Vegas right now. There they are. So you guys need to grow up.
Will you just pick one of these?
Expand your horizon. Give me Duke plus 4.5 against Virginia.
This is the ACC title game. Duke.
Well, let me tell you what. If Duke, they're so big. If Duke wins this game, ACC may cut out of the playoffs. So at least my South Dakota team's still alive.
Yeah. Duke is a nice try. Is a 4.5-point dog in the ACC title game, which will be held in Charlotte, North Carolina. And the game is at 7:00 Saturday night on ABC. So there. Okay, Kelly Holcomb, who is, excuse me?
I said there'll be millions watching the Duke game.
There will be.
Millionaires.
There'll be millions. Yeah, I'm going to record that one too.
So, Parker, you will be filling in for Kelly.
I will.
And the instructions that he gave you were very vague.
Very vague.
Yeah.
It's on me this week, boys.
Yeah, let's get Kelly's music. Kelly Holcomb, ladies and gentlemen.
Tomatoes and homemade wine, and country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. Because you can't starve us out.
Coach, for what it's worth, I also wanted to go the FCS route, so I stand with you, and we could protest together. How about that?
That's good. Just do the contest.
Go Jackrabbits, all right? Go Jackrabbits. So I need to know.
South Dakota's the Coyotes, but that's okay. South Dakota's. But go.
Anyways, I want to know before I make my pick, how deep into bowl season, since I'm new at this, how deep into bowl season do we go?
Well, what we do is we take the bowl card, and each contestant will get 3 picks.
Okay.
We won't do anything next week because there's really nothing to do. But then the week after, we'll get knee deep into it.
Okay, so if I'm looking at the standings here, not me, Kelly is tied for dead last with Pogue. They trail the general 36-19, so I need a Hail Mary here.
It's a little early for that.
Do it. I know what you're going to do. Do it.
Are you listening to him? Are you really paying attention? Chuck,
I have an angel on one shoulder and the demon on the other.
Well, hold on a second. Chuck, what advice would you give young Parker about listening to Pogu?
I would tell him to go with his gut and maybe throw a little brain on top of it.
Gut and brain equals what, Parker?
I don't know, but we're about to find out.
The show's over at 5.
All right. I'm not going to play conservative here. We need a Hail Mary. Do I believe this is going to happen? Not for a second. BYU. Give me the BYU Cougars over the Texas Tech Red Raiders in the Big 12 Championship. I can't even say that with a straight face.
BYU is a 12.5-point dog.
Not going to happen.
To the Texas Tech Red Raiders. That's 11 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. General, did your people have any strong thoughts about that?
Well, we knew somebody would take that out of desperation.
Desperation is exactly it.
And now,
Hey, hold on. Hey, Chuck, for you, for your purposes, Texas Tech this year is 11-1 against the spread by an average of 10 points per win. So should have been on those every game.
And BYU will not be able to run the football on that team. So yeah,
thanks for the reminder.
They cannot run the ball. So good luck. Now for your daddy's pick.
Yes. Our final pick of the day, our second place participant, Jorge.
Where the only thing you feel are loaded guns in your face, and you'll have to deal with pressure.
Hey, Chuck.
Yes, sir.
Does this phrase sound familiar? Google me. I'm a winner.
Oh, wow.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I love that comment.
Google me. I'm a winner.
That was
you're right.
Indiana
right
wants
side.
me. Lord, I can go there. I'm taking the Indiana Hoosiers to pull a mild upset.
In football?
A mild upset. So let me ask all of you this, because now my pick is in. Indiana is a 4-point dog to Ohio State. Does anybody on this panel believe Indiana wins that game?
Yes.
Oh,
I think I would take Indiana. If I had to play it, I'd take Indiana plus the 4. I doubt on the money line, but I'd take the 4. Yeah,
I'm with Pogue on this one.
General, what do your people think?
Ohio State's better than any college team in the country by far.
By far.
By far.
So, in your people's opinion, this will be a double-digit victory.
Well, it'll be let's see, if double digits by 10 points, yes.
Okay. So, in review, the general, Al Dorsey, the leader in the clubhouse, a man clearly receiving some level of aid, goes to the MAC. And as all of you know, once you go MAC, you can never go back. He chooses Miami of Ohio, a 2.5-point dog against Western Michigan, a game all of you will want to tune in for Saturday, 11 in the morning on ESPN. Chuck McDowell, perhaps the rookie of the year in this competition, becoming a real force. Chuck goes Jacksonville State in whatever their Conference USA. Jacksonville State is a 2.5-point dog to Kennesaw State. And as I mentioned earlier, anytime Kennesaw State is in town, you can throw away the records. Greg Pogue, formerly known as Pogu, arguing vociferously, vehemently, a downright pain in the butt about kind of a technicality, finally had to relent and go to the Atlantic Coast Conference with the Duke Blue Devils plus 4.5 against Virginia. If Duke wins the game, no, they will not get in the playoff, but instead will be invited to the Poulan Weed Eater Bowl. Kelly Holcomb being picked for by young Parker Kelly. Parker, confused, not sure where to turn, goes with the BYU Cougars. Their average age, 32 years old per man. BYU plus 12.5 against the Texas Tech Red Raiders. And then Jorge, a very solid second in the competition, needing points, goes with the Indiana Hoosiers. Google me. I'm a winner. Indiana plus 4 against the behemoth Ohio State Buckeyes. Guys, that is week number 16. Any final thoughts?
George?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to jump. We're on in Clarksville with this show, correct?
Yes, we are.
Well, two things. One, I'm going to use this opportunity. The Cats obviously be up there. The Clarksville Christmas parade, Saturday afternoon, early evening, we'll have a Cats presence. And then the Pick Your Seat event will be a week from Saturday at F&M Bank Arena for the 1,300 who have already reserved season tickets. So just wanted to promote that out there. Thank you.
Pogie, as part of the parade, will there be a transfer portal float? And if so, who will man it?
Yeah. I don't know, but I will be dressed as Santa Claus because I like being gross.
Oh,
God.
Wow.
I thought this was a PG show.
Doesn't everybody?
Oh, okay. It's time for this to end. Gentlemen.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Let's go
Yeah.
4-1, guys. 4-1.
4-1. I like your optimism. See you all. We'll talk next week, but we will not do anything until 2 weeks from today. Guys, thank you.
All right. Thanks, George.
Okay. Let's do this. I want to get some opinions on this. And I want to set it up again kind of the way I did earlier. It doesn't matter who you have on a search committee to decide the top 12 in this playoff. You're always going to have controversy. The living proof of that is the NCAA basketball tournament. Field, when it was 64, you had controversy. When it's 68, you have controversy. You're always going to have controversy. But why on God's earth do we not have more football coach types on that committee? Because right now, we have 0. Why is that? To me, that's stupid. I want to get your reaction to what I'm throwing out there. And let me exclude Chris Massaro from this. But there's some athletic directors on that committee who don't know if a football's pumped or stuffed. And all they can do is go to be computer nerds and look at strengths of schedule. I want some coaches who know football to tell me what it is I ought to believe or not believe. What's your opinion? 615-759-9949. Again, 615-759-9949. I want some red-blooded Americans who have an opinion on this matter to jump in and talk to me about it. Do it now on the George Plaster Show.
When I got my first car, my dad told me, keep the gas tank full and my number on speed dial. Now parents are telling their kids, save 615-242-9000 just in case. I'm Blair Durham. If you or someone you love is in a wreck, call us. We're here to get you the money you deserve.
Attention, Big Orange Country. Tennessee and Illinois will square off Saturday, December the 6th at Bridgestone Arena. This is the rematch of a great college basketball game last season in Champaign that went right to the wire. And this one figures to be more of the same. Tickets are on sale now. You can grab your seats by going to Ticketmaster.com. That's Ticketmaster.com. Tennessee, Illinois. It's big time.
As the trusted premier custom home builder in Middle Tennessee, Donnelly Timmons has over 20 years of experience in the industry. Whether you're looking to build your dream home or renovate your current home, their team will ensure that every client and every remodel is unique, luxurious, and completed on time within budget. Founders Dustin Timmons and Joey Donnelly have over 25 years of construction experience in the Nashville area. Together, they have completed projects in Forest Hills, Oak Hill, Green Hills, Franklin, and Brentwood. Dustin and Joey believe that communication is the most important aspect of all construction projects. Therefore, they personally manage each project themselves and are involved in job site activities on a daily basis. Their commitment to quality and integrity has earned them an outstanding reputation among their clients. Contact them to set an appointment for a free consultation or to view some of their completed projects. Give them a call at 615-456-7983 or log on to DonnellyTimmons.com.
Convenience and value, 2 words that we expect when we do business. Our goal at JHA Company is to deliver just that, both to our school partners and to our customers. Whether you're purchasing photos, yearbooks, class jewelry, letter jackets, school spirit wear, or senior graduation products, we strive to make the experience easy, convenient, and cost-effective. Find out more at jhacompany.com or call 615-867-6345 for more information. JHA, one source, one company.
The George Plaster Show. Your sports live here on 94.9 The Fan.
Okay, we are back on what is a cold, raw Thursday afternoon, but it's really going to get warm. When we leave where we are right now, we will head over to Sports and Social in Green Hills Mall for football night in Nashville. It's going to be a really good game, Dallas and Detroit. And I will have a play on that game, which I know you breathlessly await at the end of the show. But I have put it out there about why don't we have more coaches, former coaches, retired coaches, however you want to slice it, on the committee to choose the college football playoff. To me, that makes no sense. It's just my thought. Now, it won't stop the controversies, but you will at least feel better that people who are really qualified to talk football are talking it. How many lines I got open?
Got 2 lines open, 2 have been taken up.
Okay, so it looks like, yeah, we got 2 on. I got 2 to fill. So 2 more of you jump in. 615-759-9949. Red-blooded Americans who have an opinion. Tony in Nolensville, get us started.
Hello, George, and hello, Parker, and glad, George, congratulations on your alma mater on their state championship today. That was a good for them. And matter of fact, I saw yesterday, George, that one of their offensive linemen, he is signed with Vanderbilt also, one of the big guys. So it's with Jordan coming over, Curtis Jordan, with his signing, that might bring other players also. And with Pavia being able to put his name out there and recruit some players that have put them out there. And talking of this committee and stuff, George, I'll say this. First of all, I don't like the fact that Pavia has tweeted the circus clown master up there in Washington, thinking he's going to get the NCAA to expand the playoff games. I don't like the fact Clark Lee is saying we'll play anybody. I admire that they want to try to still put more eye test on Vanderbilt, this committee, but at the same time, the committee has done resoundingly said, Vanderbilt, you're not going up no further. I do believe the teams that are above Vanderbilt, if they got the hell beat out of them this weekend, I don't think they'd move Vanderbilt at all. They've done put Texas up there in front of Vanderbilt. And here's my take about that. Texas did beat Vandy, okay, but Vandy beat their butts in the second half. Vandy also, they lost to Florida. Texas did. They lost to the same Florida team that Tennessee just hammered in Gainesville, yet Vanderbilt goes to Knoxville and hammers that Tennessee team. So when you talk about this committee, whatever they're looking at, you're right about trying to get more people to be on the committee that do know the game of football. But with that being said, George, I watched all year long Nick Saban. He still did not believe in Vanderbilt until finally they came here on College game day and he picked them. But as soon as that happened, and after that happened, he picked Tennessee to beat them in Knoxville. Roman Harper's the only one that even who knows some football is the only one that stayed with Vanderbilt. And also the other pick was Pat McAfee. So there's still guys on the College game day shows who know football, former coaches, former players, still picking against Vanderbilt. And I think they still are holding this criteria over Vanderbilt that it's the same old Vanderbilt, same old brand. Like you said, George, y'all have had a great season. Good luck to you in the bowl game. And, but you're not going to make these playoffs. Now, let me say this as the last thing I'll say. As a Vanderbilt fan, George, even sadly we're not going to be in the playoffs, we're still going to possibly be playing on what should be the New Year Day bowl games. And that is something that Vanderbilt has not done ever. So we are still accomplishing something that we have never done ever. But, of course, the ultimate goal is to be in the playoffs. I'll let y'all talk about that a little bit, but we do need more people, as we've said, who do know football on the committee and quit letting it be a political committee. Thanks, George. Have a good weekend, guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Okay, first thought. I'm kind of repeating myself, but here goes. While I think my idea is better, it's not going to stop controversy. But what it will do is shed a little more credibility to the group that's making the decisions. I don't need an associate athletic director whose single biggest thing has been handling cheerleaders. That's not That's not what should be deciding this. The problem is these AD types crave these committees so they can put it on their resume. The bean counter who somehow has gotten hired by a school needs these kind of committees to be able to say to their next job, hey, I'm more than just a bean counter. I was the head of the college football committee. And that's the problem to me, is there's too much of that going on right now. And we've got people on there that have no business being on that committee. Now, the committee people are going to argue back that I don't know what I'm talking about. But wouldn't you think if you're trying to get a committee to decide the 12 best teams in college football to compete for your national championship, that one of them would have football coaching expertise? Wouldn't you think that?
George, I'm sure there are people out there listening to us just thinking that we're both just yelling at the clouds here, but you bring up the point that we're trying to get across, because when they talk about when the committee, the college football playoff committee gets together and they're going to the beach, they're going down to Florida, they're going to North Carolina to talk about expanding the playoff, and they walk away not having made a decision. But they use it as an excuse to get away, go hang out a little bit, have some vacation time. These are nameless, faceless business administrative types that do not know what they're doing. So we when we bring this up, we're not complaining just to complain. We're trying to help improve the sport.
Again, it won't stop controversy, but there's a credibility to knowing football people are helping shape that decision, as opposed to an associate athletic director whose biggest challenge up till now has been making sure the cheerleaders get to the postseason tournament. Frank in Smyrna, you're up next.
Hey, George. Hey, Parker. I got to agree with a lot of what Tony just said. I guess for me, how can these people put Texas ahead of Vanderbilt? I get it. They beat us. Okay, that's all well and good. But it's like Tony said. Texas lost to Florida, a 4-win team, please. And Florida mailed one in against Tennessee, and that's taking nothing away from Tennessee there. And then Vanderbilt goes to Knoxville and beats the snot out of the Volunteers. I don't understand what these committee people are looking at except computer screens. Do these guys watch any games? That's what I want to know. Are they really watching games? What do they understand football? So that being said, I don't know, this is what, a 12-person committee, unless I'm mistaken.
Something
say it's 12 people. I think it should be made up of 6 former coaches that are, either retired or decide they wanted to do something else. Maybe a Frank Beaver, a Steve Spurrier, David Cutcliffe would be awesome. Watson Brown. I think you get the idea. Maybe. I mean, hell, even put Mike Goodney in there. He's not doing anything. You don't think he doesn't know a thing or two about football?
Well, he may be getting his mullet touched up.
Well, he can work on that while he gives. He probably has more knowledge than some of these guys. I mean, I'm sorry, this thing's just flawed, and I know I sound like being a Vandy fan and all. I'm complaining. It just. There's always going to be those teams that get left out. It happens every year, and it's going to happen to my team this year. And while part of me never thought, all of me thought I'd never see this day come where I could even talk about this on a sports talk show, much less, I think you know where I'm going with this. Bottom line, whatever happens to Vanderbilt, I mean, we know they're not going. It's fine. I expect them to be played in a Florida Bowl game around New Year's Day. And Parker and George, you can come sit with me and my family. I'd be honored.
I'm accepting. Send me a plane ticket.
No problem. I'm hoping I think we should be in the Florida. I think we should be in the Citrus Bowl. I mean, that's where
it's very interesting to see where they end up, because let's face it, there's some obstacles. The bowls are all about one thing, and that's butts and seats. And that's not a real strength at Vandy. It hasn't been over a long period of time. So that is not going to help them.
No, but I'll also say this. Those bowls in Florida last year, Alabama and Michigan in Tampa, not even close to sold out.
Yeah.
I almost went to that game. Same thing in Orlando last year with South Carolina and Iowa, I believe. Not even close. You could count the rows of seats. Not even close to sold out. So if they're going to hold that against Vanderbilt, they need to talk to fans in some other schools too. I mean, I think if they were to match us up against Michigan, if I would say to the Vandy fan base this, if not now, when? When are you ever going to go to a bowl game? And if you can't get excited about a bowl game on New Year's Day in Florida where it's warm against Michigan. I mean,
you're using one of my old lines. If not now, when? I got to run.
I appreciate that, guys. Good talking with you. Take care.
Thank you. Again, I'm not sure where I'm going with the argument is really about Vandy as much as it is that a committee making a decision needs to have as much credibility with what they put out there as is humanly possible. Hunter Yurchek's comments 2 nights ago were incredibly stupid. And it does beg the question, why do you not have any coaches? I mean, why is nobody bringing that up? Clay in Nashville, welcome.
George, how are we doing today?
I'm good. Hope you are.
Doing okay. I totally agree with you, George, about, what's disappointing to me as a Vanderbilt fan, and I don't know if this should have anything to do with it, but I mean, Hunter Yurchek, I remember when he was at Vandy. I remembered that name, but
sure,
he was very unprepared when he went on television, and I agree with you. It should be, I mean, let's face it, the national championship in college football is pretty important. So there should be people with more football savvy on this committee. I mean, it's just kind of a joke. But anyway, my take on Vanderbilt as far as where they go or whatever, I'm fine with, Vanderbilt. I just want them to go to a good bowl game and hopefully win it. And they should end up maybe even ranked in the top 10 in the season. 11-2 season, that'd be phenomenal. I'd love to go to the Citrus Bowl. Don't know if we will, but I'd love to go somewhere in Florida where it's warm. But obviously, George, back to the previous topic. I mean, how much longer do you think, and maybe who you have on the committee, maybe that has something to do with it. But I just wonder nationally how much longer Vanderbilt would have to do what they've done, the last year and a half or whatever to kind of, I still think there's some of that, Vanderbilt's no good, from the old days. Do you agree with that?
When Kelly threw it out at me yesterday, it really got me to thinking about, okay, what are the obstacles? Because you could make the argument that Indiana faces some of the same stuff, but apparently has been so good this year that there's been no question, undefeated, go to Oregon and win. They haven't faced any of that. Vandy's a little more on the fringe of it because of 2 losses, but these are not losses to Georgia State and App State. These are Texas and Alabama. So you can't classify them as bad losses. It sort of hit me a couple 3 days ago that, hey, the committee has never really paid any attention to them. It's like, you see a child that you think is ugly, but you don't want to tell his parents that the child is ugly, and you just go, oh, and you pat him on the head. What a sweet child. And I kind of think the committee has taken a little bit of that attitude on Vandy. What a sweet child, but not really ready for the big time. And look, who knows how they would do, because Indiana got their hat handed to them a year ago when they played at Notre Dame. And a year later, nobody's bringing that up at all. But I wonder if there's some of that that's been going on privately where they're like, we just don't think they're ready for this.
George, as an alumnus, have you met Daniel Dearmeyer?
Yeah, I wouldn't go much farther than that. It's been twice, the grand total of 2.5 minutes.
The reason why I bring that up is, I think it's very important. You and I both know, it's your school. So I know you care just like I care. But, we've seen our share of chancellors that didn't give a rip about sports. And I'm just so thankful that we have a guy that wants Vanderbilt sports to be good across the board.
Yeah, the last one really disappointed me because Zeppos came in talking a big game, kept telling me, I'm going to go on your show just like Chancellor Gee did. And the first time we reached out, we got a very snotty, the Chancellor would not wish to engage in such poppycock. Well, kiss my butt. Don't be telling me that kind of stuff and then turn around with that kind of attitude. And so the day James Franklin got hired, he made a big to-do in front of a bunch of people. How come you never have me on your show? And I fired right back because I can't get past your secretary. And that was the end. We never had he and I never spoke another word from that moment on while he was chancellor. Anyway, this guy appears to care, and I'm happy for that. I hate to do this. I got to run.
Hey, George.
See you. Okay. Tonight, the Traveling Roadshow will head to Sports and Social in the Green Hills Mall, and at around 7 o'clock, give or take a minute or two, we will give away 2 pairs of tickets to the Tennessee-Illinois basketball game, which is Saturday night at Bridgestone. If you want to go see that game, you might want to come out to Sports and Social tonight for a really good football game involving the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions, both of whom need this win desperately.
Desperately is right. I cannot wait. Should be a lot of points scored, too. The defenses aren't very good.
Did I get credit for the win?
You did get credit for the win.
Are you certain about
UCLA?
Are you certain about that?
I didn't see the final score.
No, I mean, as far as yesterday. Was this not the same record we posted yesterday? Maybe not.
Maybe.
Okay.
I think. I think it's different.
I need every win.
That's true. You do.
I need every win I can get. So
tonight,
I never thought I would say this.
Oh, no.
I never thought that I would go against Dan Campbell. But the more I watch Detroit, the more they don't scare anybody anymore. They've got injuries that have made a difference. When Amon-Ra, help me with his name, St. Brown. When Amon-Ra St. Brown is not in their lineup, they're not nearly as good offensively. I'm going Dallas in a little bit of an upset tonight. Dallas is on a roll. This is sort of a how good is Dallas night. We'll find out. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Thanks for being with us. See you later at Sports and Social.
Now, here's your latest Fox 17 Code Red weather report.
I'm Fox 17 meteorologist Greg Bobes. Our forecast this afternoon, right near 40.